Bloodhounds as it was kicked out by Baruch. And for the Bearcats, Ryan Graziano will check in for Purisic. Doug Levy checking out for the Bloodhounds.
So it'll be Ford up top. Had some technical difficulties. We should be back up and running as now Ford looking for options. It's to Brower inside, and he finishes off the glass.
There's nothing more you can do defensively without committing a foul. The Baruch had two guys on him, went straight up, and good job to finish there.
So Donnellan now will bring it up into the front court. Gives it off to Boateng up top. Now hand off to Richards. In the paint, Richards looking for options. Loses the ball. Gets it back. Has to be careful here in that paint for a while. Now it's Boateng with 7 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. Boateng, fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebounded there by LaGuardia. And it'll be Ford to push for the Bloodhounds. Corner three there. Way off by Cruz Fernandez. And it'll be Donnellan up top now for the Bearcats. Over to Benjamin Boateng. Bajrami pull-up shot. A little too strong. Loose ball. And it'll be Ford who comes away with it. Brower and Boateng both hit the deck. Ford into the front court.
Here's LaGuardia.
Off the stanchion, and that's going to be out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Bearcats.
You almost see both sides kind of rushing their possessions here, David. Similar to what we saw early on in the women's game. Both teams might want to consider slowing down and just getting better quality looks, as a lot of commotion there in the corner. And
Baruch almost turned it over. Well, that's twice now in the last few minutes.
Yeah, having
where they've been unable to get the ball inbounds.
It's inbounds. They're giving the Bearcats trouble. John Jay putting on a lot of intensity, a lot of effort to defend those. Donnellan, who's the guy you want with the ball in this situation, will dribble out, gets it out of the Bearcats' half.
Once again, the full court press has been on. As now Graziano, who just checked into the game, takes the right wing three, knocks it down as Ryan Graziano. Nice shot there. As we see him now starting to come off the bench with Purisic into the starting lineup. Now Brower has it up top to Ford, looking for options. Rivera is the option. Nice crossover move. Rivera into the lane. He gets fouled. Nobody's going to say no basket. Too many steps, and it's going to go the other way.
Jack Reese will check in for Donnellan.
Haven't seen too much of Reese here in the early part of the season. Definitely brings a different element. We saw him a bunch in the latter part of last year. Now over to Boateng. Over to Graziano. Corner three again. He knocks it down. Three-pointer by Graziano, and Coach Highland wants to talk it over as his team now trail by 10. With 11:45 remaining. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena. It is our second game of our doubleheader here between the Bloodhounds of John Jay and your Baruch Bearcats. 18-8 Baruch lead. 11:45 remaining here in the first half. Back-to-back threes from Ryan Graziano is giving Baruch the opportunity to stretch the lead. And Coach Highland just coming out of that timeout to talk things over. It'll be Brower to walk things up for the Bloodhounds. Ball swung around to Ford, has Richards on him, takes the pick right from Levy. And it's going to be an offensive foul on number 33, Doug Levy, the 6'7" senior from Smithtown. Reese will walk it up into the front court. Bounce pass over to Graziano. Now inside to Bajrami. Offensive foul on Anaj Bajrami.
You see Coach Alisi signaling to the refs. That's not a good call there, and good sell on John Jay's end, and they'll get the call, but not a ton of contact there from Bajrami to warrant that kind of a fall.
Now it'll be Brower into the front court. Ball swung around to the hands of Ford. Richards all on him. Now cutting Brower over to Levy. Now swung around to Rivera. Picked by Levy. Rivera is going to get fouled. It's going to be on number 25, 25, Benjamin Boateng. It's going to be his first. Then it'll be side out right in front of the Baruch bench. Only the third team foul for the Bearcats. The fourth team foul for the Bearcats. Inbound for Ford. Ooh, almost lost that. Corrals it with one hand at the halfway line. Ford looking for options. Finds Rivera, who bounces it inside to Levy. Going to go to work on Boateng. Has to kick out. Brower for three. Knocks it down. Nice shot there by number 30, Jason Brower.
Jack Reese will take the ball up.
I think that was the first time we really saw Doug Levy really get involved in the ball game.
Yeah.
Now it's Bajrami in the post. Fadeaway jumper, no good. I don't know if that's the shot you want to settle for there, as now Ford comes away with it. Levy up top. Ooh, looks like he might have taken a couple steps there. As now it'll be a pick there from LaGuardia. Now LaGuardia inside. Ball's loose up top. Levy thinks about the shot. Now he'll get Boateng off his feet. Levy goes inside. Can't finish. Ball batted around. Richards who comes away with it. And Ford's going to get called for the foul there on Richards. It's going to be side out right in front of the scorer's table. And Garrison Watkins will come into the game as Ford has his second foul.
Jamel Fair checking in for the Bearcats. And David, looking at the Bearcats lineup right now, Coach Lisi going with not really a bona fide big down low, just more your kind of three stretch four guys. Not necessarily a five on the floor, but Bearcats seem to be playing a little bit more of a perimeter game right now.
And now you got Jamel Fair, who just checked back into the game as well. Probably playing that four position as Benjamin Boateng knocks down to two, extends the lead back to 9. And you could say Boateng's playing the 5 at 6'5".
Real nice give and go there. Ooh, Levy unable to finish.
Left-handed move there from Levy was a bit short. Now it's up to Fair, kicks it back out. Corner three from Graziano. Late on the closeout is LaGuardia, and Graziano knocks down his third three of the half.
If you're Coach Lisa, you got to love that.
Instant offense off the bench today. And if you think about that, Purisic was in before him. 5 points for him, another 9 now from Graziano. So that 3-4 spot is giving you production, even as Boateng knocked down the shot before. Now it's Brower. Ball knocked away. Up to Bajrami. Well, he'll lay it in off glass, and I think Coach Highland may have had a call there. It looked like he got hit on the arm a little bit, but to no avail.
Bearcats really creating a lot of separation here.
Now Watkins has it over to Brower, back up to LaGuardia. Ball swung around to Levy. Fully around to Rivera, and the whole team has touched it on the offensive end. Here we go with Watkins. Now over to Brower on the right side. Watkins in the corner. Jab step there. Rivera into the lane. Hop step, left-hand layup, no good. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. Tip in won't count. And that's going to send Rivera to the line to shoot two.
Got subs coming in on both sides.
Then it'll be Rivera at the line to shoot two. And he knocks home the first.
Checked in for the Bearcats. Corey Jones Jr. for the Bloodhounds.
Baruch lead 25-12. 8:46 remaining here in the half. As Rivera's off on the second, ball batted around. It's going to go off of Watkins' last. And it'll be Bearcat basketball. As Dan Kenny and Corey Jones Jr. check in for the Bloodhounds. Levy and Rivera will come to the bench. And now Reese to bring it up into the front court. Watkins on him. Reese right into the lane. Watkins can't keep up, and Reese able to finish off glass with the right hand.
Yeah, great seeing Jack Reese back up at the point. doing his thing and able to take it there himself. Great finish.
Offensive foul. They're going to call a moving pick, I think, on Kyle LaGuardia. Yep. And that's going to give it back to the Bearcats, who lead by 15 here with 8:24 remaining in the first half, and definitely taking John Jay out of their game right now.
Yeah, Bearcats definitely making some of these John Jay turnovers hurt, as they've been able to capitalize on a lot of those mistakes.
Dangerous handoff there between Reese and Fair. Now back to Fair. Up top to Reese. Villar has it. Handoff back to Reese. Looking for an option. The option is Graziano. Step back three. Oh, off back rim. He was looking for that one. Jones comes away with it for the Bloodhounds. Up to Watkins. Into the lane. Back out to Jones. Jones left-handed three, and he rattles that one home. And that could be a momentum starter as the energy on the bench is back into the Bloodhounds.
Fair pushes it up quickly, and they're going to call a foul on Corey Jones Jr. And that's going to send Fair to the line.
7th team foul for the Bloodhounds, so it'll be a 1-and-1 as Cruz Fernandez will come back into the game. Dan Kenny will take a seat. Fair off on the first, and it'll be Watkins who comes away with the rebound. Baruch lead by 12. Watkins into the front court. Gives it off to Cruz Fernandez. Ball swung around back to Watkins. Pick comes from Brower. Watkins doesn't take it. Back out to Brower. Jones Jr. going to go baseline, looking for options. Options is Watkins. Corner right wing three, Rebounded there by Jones Jr. Back outside. And the Bloodhounds have a fresh 20 with 7:11 remaining here in the half. Watkins on the Baruch Bearcat symbol. Now goes left, gives it up top. Ball swung around to Cruz Fernandez. Now to Brower into the lane. Oh, almost travels. Cruz Fernandez straightaway three, no good. Long rebound though. And once again, the Bloodhounds getting a third possession. Watkins into the lane, finished with the right hand. And a lot of second, third chance there for the Bloodhounds.
Yeah, a few too many offensive rebounds given up by Baruch there.
With Reese now bringing it into the front court. Watkins on him. Now Boateng inside to Villar. Left hand hook. No, a little short. Nice D there by LaGuardia. And Watkins will come away with it for the Bloodhounds.
I like that matchup, though, with Alan Villar down low against Kyle LaGuardia. Both guys, LaGuardia able to finish over Alan Villar there.
I was going to say, I think LaGuardia likes that matchup as well.
Yeah.
As he may have that first step advantage against Alan Villar. So with 6:19 remaining, Baruch lead here in the second game of our doubleheader, 27-19. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting. Yeah. 27-19, 6:19 remaining in the first half. The Bearcats up by 14 before, but the Bloodhounds have slowly chipped away at that lead. It's now an 8-point game.
David, we've had a pretty long layover between our last home game here for the men's team, and you're seeing definitely a lot of improvements into the lineup from what we saw really early on in the season, which is primarily a young team, a few transfer guys, so you see a lot more chemistry out of this lineup here right now from the Bearcats.
And a different look with Graziano coming off the bench and starting Purisic. Now Reese will have it and walk it over the timeline. Up top to Villar. Handoff back to Reese. Villar posting up. Nope, instead it's going to be Fair into the paint. Now back outside to Villar. Up top to Reese. Reese thinking about the shot. It's going to be over to Graziano. Bounce pass inside to Villar. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Villar, I think he got blocked by LaGuardia. Nice defense of play there as he was inside the post. Now a three from Brower on the other end. He knocks it down, and he's going to get teed up as Brower's talking to the bench. He said something to the Bearcat bench, and that's going to be a technical foul on number 30, Jason Brower. Silly play there by Brower, and Coach Highland was...
And John Jay really chipping away at this deficit now, but we're going to send Graziano to the line. Off on the first.
Graziano misses the first, but silly play there. I mean, from Brower, you just hit a big shot, cuts it back to 5. Lucky that Graziano missed the first. He'll knock down the second, so it's back to 6, but you don't need that when you just hit a huge shot, especially right in front of their team. If they're yapping, then clearly you're in their head a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely counterproductive move there. Understand it's Cuniac play. Things can get a little chippy on both sides, but you just got to play smart basketball, especially when you're down.
A little surprising to see that from a senior, but nonetheless, Graziano now into the lane. Bounce pass to Villar, able to finish with the left hand as they break down the trap. Now it's Jones in the corner going past Purisic, looking for options. Brower over to Watkins, left wing 3, off, way short. Ball still loose. Watkins comes away with it after, I think it was Jones on the deck. Ball swung around. Jones corner 3. Off back rim, no good. Richards able to calmly corral that one. Now Donnellan will push for the Bearcats. Trying to bounce it inside. Villar eventually comes away with it. Nope, it's going to be tipped there by LaGuardia. Thrown ahead to Cruz Fernandez. Now to Brower. Cruz Fernandez, pull up 3. Shot no good, and Graziano will come away with the rebound. Some sloppy possessions here on both ends from the Bearcats and the Bloodhounds.
Yeah, even in transition, a lot of dangerous passes. Both sides probably looking to slow it down a little bit.
Donnellan has it now. He'll go right into the lane. Kicks it outside. Richards, corner 3. Around and out, no good. Purisic on the tip. He's able to finish with the right hand. We can tip in from Purisic. And that'll bring Ford to the bench to check back into the game, as well as Boateng waiting to check in for the Bearcats.
Again, good job there by Purisic to corral that possession. Probably not the shot you wanted with Richards in the corner.
Now Brower has it. Crossover move. Gives it off to Jones in the corner. Now LaGuardia on the elbow. Back out to Brower. Inside to Cruz Fernandez. Huge block by Villar. Now Donnellan will push for the Bearcats. Trying to give the bounce pass back to the trailing Villar, and he'll get fouled. Way to feed the big man hustling down the court. Nice find by Donnellan, and that'll send Villar to the free throw line. We had a great angle on that passing lane. Shocked he was able to get it through.
Yeah. Really good few minutes here out of Villar on both sides of the ball.
Scoring on one end, making a big block on the other end, and then getting fouled as he was going in for the layup on the third possession.
And it's nice if you're Coach Alisi because you have several options and different looks you can give an opposing lineup down low. You're talking guys like George Smith Jr., who starts the game. Alan Villar came off the bench. Ben Boateng naturally came off the bench. So a lot of different looks. It's hard to kind of cue in on one starting 5 from the Bearcats.
But Villar misses them both, so it'll stay at 10. LaGuardia has it now. Hand off to Rivera, who just came back into the game. Rivera, offensive foul.
And Ben Boateng will check in for Alan Villar.
And Coach Highland not happy about that charge call. Thought it was too many people there to create a charge. However, foul's going to be on number 15, Angel Rivera, his first.
It's almost as if you could have credited 2 players for drawing the charge there.
I think that's what his Coach Highland's gripe is. Either one of them took the charge, and then one of them had to be a block. So Donnellan now has it, gives it off to Boateng, who just replaced Villar. Hand back to Donnellan. Over to Graziano, thinks about the shot. Instead will go to the lane. Purisic inside. High floater with the right hand is good. Emil Purisic has 9 now, excuse me.
And good look there by Graziano to get him the ball.
Corner 3 there by Rivera is good.
It looks like he just turned around to the Bearcats bench too.
You have to wonder if the Bearcats have been yapping a little bit of their own.
And Donnellan is going to draw the foul in transition.
It's going to be Jones has the 2 hands on him, and didn't look like a lot there, but you're going to get hit with that every time.
Yeah, John Jay really racking up these fouls here in the first half.
So that moves them into the double bonus. O'Donnell will go to the line 4-2. 3:03 remain here in the first half of action.
Definitely credit to the Bloodhounds, though, for keeping this thing close. I mean, it looked like it was all Bearcats there after the first few minutes, but they really fought hard and kept this one close. And now going into half, still a 10-point game. 3 minutes remaining as Doug Levy checks back in for Kyle LaGuardia.
Haven't seen much of Levy in the last 5 to 10 minutes since he came out for Jones at the time, but now it'll be Donnellan at the line for his second. And he knocks them both down. So Baruch lead by 11. Ford will walk things up into the front court for the Bloodhounds. Ball batted around, and it's loose, and Richards comes away with it. Gives it off to Purisic, over to Boateng. Lays it in with the right hand. I think he might want to dunk it. He was too far under the rim, though.
Yeah, good job by Ben there to control his body. Still go off glass and convert.
Ford, pull up three. He hits the deck, no good. It's going to go off of, I think, Purisic last, and it'll stay with the Bloodhounds. So it'll be Rivera to inbound. Over to Watkins in the corner. Crossover move. Has Purisic on him. Now gives it off to Ford with Richards on him. Back to Watkins trying to find Levy inside. Knocked out of bounds there by Purisic. And it'll be Brower in for the Bloodhounds. Watkins comes to the bench, and Jamel Fair will come into the game as Graziano will come to the bench for Coach Alisi.
I prefer the one on the ball screen. We're going to call one.
Foul there's going to be number 14, Richards. I think it was on Ford as he was trying to come off the baseline.
Together.
Rivera to inbound. Over to Jones in the corner. Now Brower up top. Over to Ford. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Ford has it on the right wing. Levy comes with the pick, and Ford goes to the right instead. It'll gives it off to Rivera.
Levy has the positioning on Ben Boateng on the inside.
Gives it off to Ford. Ford, step back jumper over Richards almost got that one to fall. Not the shot you want, though, if you're Coach Highland.
Yeah.
Now Boateng, pull-up shot. Also a bit forced on the offensive end. Brower comes away with the rebound. Quickly the other way. Back and forth action. Rivera with the reverse. And he's able to finish off glass. Nice play there by Angel Rivera, and the lead's back to 11.
Yeah, nice drive there going baseline reverse.
Back-to-back sloppy possessions, though, right before that, with Ford having to chuck up a three, almost in, and it went around and out, and then Boateng pulling up on the other end. But now Boateng will pull up from 18. Shot no good. Ford will come up with it after the rebound by Brower. Jones back up to Brower. Ball swung around. And Rivera into the paint, and it's going to be a blocking foul. 2 shots coming up for Rivera as Richards thought he had the charge.
I believe Richards drew the charge earlier. Unable to get that second one. As Rivera will now go to the line for 2. Got subs coming in on both sides once again with 1:18 remaining.
No good on the first. Jack Reese checking into the ball game for Baruch as Richards will come to the bench. It'll be Watkins, Barfield,
and LaGuardia.
And LaGuardia checking back into the game. And Rivera knocks down the second, so 38-28.
Now, what's interesting, too, is you got 2 point guards on the floor with Jack Reese and Donnellan, so see how Coach Lisi utilizes them. And Ben Boateng largely running the point here for the past few minutes.
Reese now has it, gives it inside to Boateng. Boateng's going to step on the baseline, and that's going to go back to the Bloodhounds. He was trying to go baseline and find Fair in the corner, excuse me. And now Ford checks back into the game. Barfield will come to the bench, so will Watkins.
Hey, coupon, Kyle, out. Coupon.
Now Levy has it up top. Boateng on him.
It's been a good matchup here, too. Ben Boateng bringing a lot of that aggressive defense. And just as I say that, he forces what appeared to be a turnover, but John Jay able to corral it, and now Piersick commits the foul against Doug Levy, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Crazy back and forth action right there. It looked like Boateng forced the turnover, but the Bloodhounds able to strip that one back, find Levy inside, who will go to the line to shoot 2. Has a chance to cut it to a single-digit deficit. Off on the first.
And as I was in the middle of making that point about Ben Boateng's defense against Levy, he almost stripped him and caused a turnover. Good follow-up hustle by John Jay to keep the possession going, but
Levy unable to convert on the first.
be interesting to see that matchup as the second half develops.
Number 34, Jawan Frazier will check into the game as Levy will come to the bench. And now Reese will have it. Barfield's going to chase him the full length of the court. Nice pick there by Boateng. Reese uses it. Corner 3 for fair. Nope. He'll drive, but to no avail as he took too many steps. Brower, Levy, and Ford back into the game for John Jay, and you can see what Coach Highland's doing. Offense, defense, subs.
One shot.
Especially this late in the half. I mean, you got to like seeing almost those 2 different lineups. Able to rotate them.
Maryland, wait.
Ford has it up top. Reese all over him at the halfway line. Ford's going to go past Reese, but hand it off to LaGuardia. Now Levy has it. 9 seconds on the game and shot clock. Nice find to Ford, back door. What a play there from Levy to Ford. Now 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Has to chuck it. Does Reese? No good off the back iron. Off the backboard. And that'll do it for the first half. So a big lead for the Bearcats has been cut into, probably about cut in half, as they only lead by 7 now, 38-31. An exciting action here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. So that'll do it for the first half. Baruch 38, John Jay 31. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting. And welcome back. It is the second half of our second game of our doubleheader between the Bloodhounds of John Jay and your Baruch Bearcats. Baruch up 15 at one point. The Bloodhounds have cut it to 7. We're moments away from the start of the second half. For the Bloodhounds, it'll be Ford, LaGuardia, Levy, Brower, and Rivera. And for your Bearcats, it'll be Smith Jr., Donnellan, Bajrami, Purisic, and Richards. And it'll be Donnellan to walk it across the timeline. And Purisic will have it up top now. Harassed by Brower.
He finds a cutting Bajrami. That pass is picked off. Good window there. Just
nice play there by Rivera. Will bring it up into the front court. Ball swung around. Brower right wing. Ford now will drive. Kicks out. Rivera's 3. Awkward shot. No good. Rebounded there by Bajrami. Bajrami into the lane. Circles back. Now hands it off to Donnellan. Inside to Smith Jr. Fakes the handoff. Gives it off to Richards. Richards takes the pick from Smith Jr. Now into the lane. Back out to Smith Jr. Step up, pull up jumper is good. Nice shot there by Smith Jr. The first basket of the half goes to the Bearcats.
Yeah, it's good to see George Smith Jr. in his mid-range game back on the floor here for the Bearcats.
The ball swung around the offensive end for the Bloodhounds. It'll be Ford up top. Ooh, dangerous. Pass almost too high for Levy, and now Smith Jr. comes away with the steal. Hands it off to Bajrami, and Levy kind of got caught between a rock and a hard place there, and he fouls Bajrami.
And speaking of Smith Jr., good to have on the defensive side of the ball as well as he creates that turnover. Bearcats will regain possession as Levy's quick to check out here for the Bloodhounds.
His second foul, and you can see Bajrami shaking up a little bit. Might have taken an arm up high there. Donnellan will walk it across the timeline. A little over a minute gone here. Bounce pass inside to Bajrami. Loses the ball as he goes up with it. Ford comes away with it. I think Bajrami was looking for a foul to call there. Nothing doing. Brower outside to Jones. Gives it up to Rivera into the lane. Rivera shot blocked. Nope. It'll be Purisic on the foul. And that'll send Rivera to the line. And he's shaking up, holding his face.
Again, good defense there by Purisic. Just anytime I feel like you're going with that swatting motion, more often than not, you're going to get rung up.
So Rivera at the line. Ooh, some heavy rim right there as he's able to get that one to fall.
Almost laid perfectly flat on the back of the rim there, rolled in.
A hard bounce. And off on the second. So it'll be Donnellan to bring it up for the Bearcats. Smith looking for options. Donnellan is the option on the right wing. Takes the pick from Smith. Gives it off to Richards. Richards right hand inside is able to finish. Nice play there by Michael Richards. Baruch's lead extended back to 10. Crossover move there by Ford. Kicks it out. Corner 3 by Jones. He knocks it down. Nice play there by number 1, Corey Jones. 6'1" freshman from Merrick, New York.
Yeah, a little bit too comfortable of a look there if you're Coach John Alisi. Got to close in on that gap and can't allow that much separation as George Smith Jr. has it at the top of the key.
Now Purisic has it. Hand off to Richards. Richards into the lane. Nice move there. Able to circle around and finish with the right hand. But Ford will quickly come the other way. Wild shot. No good. He was looking for contact.
And that's a great job defensively by Richards, not only to score on one end, but to come back and get a body in front without committing a foul in transition.
And Donnellan was trying to find Bajrami on the other end. Ball's tipped away, and it'll stay with the Bearcats underneath. Donnellan looking for inbound and finds Smith Jr. Getting close to that 5-second clock, though. Now Bajrami comes around the curl from Smith Jr. Now Smith looking for the post-up. Instead it'll be Bajrami. A couple crossovers, and LaGuardia is going to get called for the foul. Couple of too many reaches there for LaGuardia. And Levy's checking back into the game. It'll be Jones to come to the bench for the Bloodhounds.
And again, it's pretty early on in Bajrami's career as a Bearcat, but you can already see he just causes a lot of problems for the other side with his athleticism.
And dangerous pass there, and that's going to be a turnover for the Bearcats, an unforced error as Donelon threw it straight out of bounds.
And that'll bring back in Jack Reese for Donelon.
The Bearcats had trouble with that a bit in the first half, too, getting the ball inbounds. And once again, that press from the Bloodhounds forcing turnovers. Now Levy has it up top. Jab step on Smith, nothing doing there. Gives it off to Rivera inside the lane. Nice, able to finish with the right hand and one. Nice play there by Angel Rivera. Foul's going to be number 22, George Smith Jr. It's going to be his third.
Yeah, that was a great drive there by Rivera. Really cutting quick, bouncing around guys and able to finish.
Excellent ball control while he maintained his control in the air.
And he's good on the three-point play there.
So it'll be Richards back to Reese, who will walk things up, just checking in for Donelon. Reese into the front court. LaGuardia gets picked by Smith Jr. there. Now Smith inside, covered by Levy, looking for options. Bounce pass to Badrami. Fakes the shot, now Richards up top. Pull up three by Richards, shot no good. He'll hustle for the rebound. Ball's thrown back in, goes off Smith last, and then it hits off LaGuardia last, and it goes back to the Bearcats.
John J. Bench not happy with that one.
I think he might have had a gripe there. Looked like he got a little bit on the arm, but to no avail. It'll be Bearcats basketball. Now Reese into the lane. Back outside to Badrami. Him and Reese get a little tangled. Now Badrami high off the glass. Shot no good. Reese now over to Purisic. He's going to go hard. Spin move into the lane, and he's able to finish off glass. Emil Purisic, nice move there.
He almost had to back down George Smith Jr., who was just there after he dished out the ball. Good job.
Brower into the paint. Now gives it outside to Ford in the corner. Back to LaGuardia, and he's able to finish it with the right hand. Reverse layup off glass.
Almost pretty similar looks on both ends there, back to back.
Now Reese pull-up jumper. Dangerous play there if you're Jack Reese. Not the shot you want if you're Coach Lacey. And it'll be Ford into the front court. Bloodhounds trail by 6. It's Brower now with the ball. Gives it outside. Levy straightaway three. He knocks it down. I think it's going to be an off-ball foul. The shot should count. The foul there is going to be on Brower. So the shot will count. And it's going to be a foul on number 30, Brower. That's his first of the evening. Sorry, his second of the evening as he got the technical earlier. And Rivera will come to the bench as Jones checks back into the game for John Jay. And we have a 3-point ball game. Almost 4.5 gone remaining here in the second half. George Smith Jr. has it up top for the Bearcats. Hand off to Reese. Now to Richards. He's going to drive right into the lane. Left hand, good. Nice play there by Michael Richards. He's had the hot hand here in the second half.
It's really good to see this offensive production out of Richards, creating a lot of chaos.
Now Levy, straightaway jumper, no good. He was left open, and George Smith Jr. on the rebound. Now Reese will bring it into the front court.
And Levy's typically a guy who, even though he's a big, you can't leave him open like that because he will burn you from beyond the perimeter, as Jack Reese is able to finish with that one.
Nice strong move there by Reese, and we've seen him attack the basket a few times. Something that we didn't really see too much out of Reese in the season prior.
It's good to see that development in his game.
Now Ford goes around 2 picks, gives it off to Levy. Now back to Ford. Pick comes. Try and go for the cross pass. Went off the rim, actually, and it'll be Reese who comes away with it. Ball's tipped again.
And sloppy transition there from the Bearcats.
And it's going to be a blocking foul on Reese as LaGuardia goes in strong.
Bearcats foul is called on number 24, Jack Reese, his first.
And the game's moving quick. End-to-end action here in the second half. Off on the first.
Number 13, Ryan Graziano, checked in for Luke, along with number 25.
So Boateng and Graziano in.
Number 10,
And it'll be Barfield and Rivera back into the game for the Bloodhounds.
Andrew Rivera, checked in.
So LaGuardia has one more here at the line. Chance to cut it back to 6. And he knocks down the second. So Reese will walk it up. Into the front court, gives it off to Boateng on the cymbal. Boateng looking for options, Reese on the handoff. Now Graziano curling around the Boateng pick. Free throw line jumper, no good. And it'll be LaGuardia who comes up with it into the front court for the John Jay. Now kicks it outside. Now Ford has it up top. Ford into the paint. Now back out to Jones. Nice closeout by Graziano. He's fouled at the line. And Jones will go to the line, I think, to shoot 3 here. The foul there on Graziano, not affording Jones the opportunity to land on the three-point shot.
Great shots for Corey Jones, Jr.
Again, it's always tough when things are moving fast at game speed, but you never necessarily want to commit that foul naturally from beyond the perimeter.
On what would look like an ugly shot as it barely grazed back iron.
Again, you're talking a low percentage shot there. You almost want to just let him have it.
Jones off on the second, so 1 of 2 so far, and he'll get a third. Off on the second, so only 1 of 3 at the line, so turned out to not be a bad foul by Graziano. It's a 5-point game as Jack Reese brings it across the timeline. Boateng has it up top. He goes into the lane. He's tied up by LaGuardia. It's going to be actually too many steps. And it'll go back to the Bloodhounds, and Baruch have been sloppy here in the early part of the second half. So Ford will walk it up for the Bloodhounds. Richards will pick him up on the three-point line. Ford right wing. Pick comes left with LaGuardia. Now the ball swung around into the corner. Rivera back up top to Ford. Crossover move. Jones in the corner. Graziano draped all over him. Back out to Rivera. And LaGuardia is finally able to finish. I was going to say that was a great defensive possession by Baruch, but LaGuardia able to just sneak through that space there and finish off the glass.
Yeah, up until that point, it looked like the Bearcats were going to get a stop. Good move there by LaGuardia.
Bajrami thinks about pulling, instead gives it back out to Reese. Reese gets stripped, though, by Ford. Now over to Jones and back up to Ford, and the Bloodhounds are going to slow things up.
3-point ball game here.
Richards is going to be on Ford. Here comes Rivera to pick up the ball. And Richards comes away with the steal. And Rivera able to track him down and swat it away, so it'll stay with the Bearcats. But nice hustle play there by Rivera after he lost that one on the offensive end. And now Dan Kenny will check back into the game as Ford will come to the bench. Also, Garrison Watkins and Corey Jones Jr. will come to the bench. Now Boateng gets the inbound. Baseline jumper. Rattles that one home. That's going to be a timeout for Coach Alisi with 12:28 remaining here in the half. Baruch lead 52-47. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And don't forget to tune in on Saturday, January 11th. We have a doubleheader, and it's also against York College. The ladies' game will start off at 12. And then the men's game will be at 4 p.m. It is also Alumni Day here at the Arc Arena, so definitely a lot of ex-players will be in attendance.
Definitely be sure to join us either on the broadcast or here in person on the campus of Baruch College.
Should be a great time. There'll be an alumni game in between things that we won't have broadcasted, but if you're on campus, you want to see some alumni, so maybe some old friends, definitely come on out. And they'll have a nice pickup game playing 2 ways. Last year, I believe it was a real close game, 2-point game, so should be good. And then a York College conference matchup right after that. So definitely a lot of fun on Saturday, and then still right into conference play here as then we go to Brooklyn College at Lehman next week. And then home for the next home game, it'll be Wednesday the 22nd, a doubleheader against Staten Island at 5:30 and 7:30. So a lot of basketball short span of time. You have that long layoff, and then you get right into things in January and February for the March tournament. So should be an exciting time in the schedule here for the Baruch Bearcats, but a lot to do left here in this game. Baruch lead 52-47, up 15 in the first half, and was up 7 at halftime. Now maintaining this 5-point lead, was 3 moments ago. It'll be Brower now on the right wing. Bounce pass inside to Watkins. Watkins off glass, able to finish. Nice play there by Garrison Watkins.
Watkins draping Jack Reese off the ball. No calls on either side.
Reese into the front court, handoff to Graziano. Now Boateng up top. Graziano comes off the off-ball screen from Boateng. Now takes another screen from Boateng. Step back three from Graziano. Off front rim, no good. Rebounded there by Rivera.
Going to look to get Graziano going again from beyond the perimeter.
Loose ball now, mid-court. As Richards hits the deck, it's going to be Rivera up to Watkins. Watkins going to go right at Bajrami. Can't hit. Kenny bats it around. Ball still loose. And it'll be Reese who finally comes away with it. Nice hustle play there by Boateng as he picks himself up off the deck.
And once again, Boateng running the point here.
Working on Kenny. A couple crossover moves. Into the lane. And one for Boateng. And Kenny gets tied up with Boateng inside. And it'll be Boateng to the line for the old school three-point opportunity.
And definitely a unique approach to, I guess theoretically, Boateng would be considered the 5 on the floor. And to have him run the point pretty consistently, despite having a few more ball-handling guards, he has those skills. So
what's good about Boateng, he's quick from the perimeter, so when he brings out a big like Kenny, he's able to beat him to the lane and tie him up and force his hands inside. So nice play there by Boateng, and that'll extend the lead to 5. Make it 6. 55-49. Boateng converts on the three-point play.
And yeah, definitely to your point, David, that's really a good approach because it's unorthodox, and most defense aren't necessarily equipped to see a look like that. So it's been working here for the Bearcats, and I'm sure they'll continue to employ it throughout the season.
Corner three there by Barfield's no good. And Baruch will come away with that rebound. Now Fair has it into the lane, kicks it outside Reese. Reese's corner three, knocks it down. And they're going to call Reese on the flop afterwards, so the basket will count. That will extend the lead to 9, but first flop call, and we've heard that a lot this year.
Flop warning, I believe. Yeah, and then I believe the second call results in a tech.
So they must have felt that there was no contact, and he was trying to just draw the foul, but either way, the 3 does count. So it'll be a 9-point lead for Baruch. Brower has it now on the right wing with Bajrami on him. Now LaGuardia into the lane, kicks it out to Watkins. Bounce pass back into LaGuardia, and he's fouled underneath. Foul comes from the far side by number 24, Jack Reese. That's going to be his second. LaGuardia at the line again, an opportunity to cut this back to 7. And he knocks home the first. Doug Levy will check back into the game as Jones comes to the bench. A frequent swap that we've seen throughout the game.
Corralled by Boateng.
So LaGuardia off on the second, and now Reese will be able to walk it up. Forward on him. Trying to get the bounce pass to Graziano. Nice play there by LaGuardia to get in the passing lane, and it'll be Baruch's ball on the far side.
Good, Kyle. You're good. Off.
So now Graziano has it up top. Crossover move. Stop, picks up his dribble. Now Bajrami. Bajrami into the lane. I think it. No, they're going to say it did not go off LaGuardia last, and it'll go off of Bajrami's foot, and that'll go back to the Bloodhounds with 9:59 remaining. Now it's Ford into the lane. Looking for options. Hands it off to Watkins. Bounce pass back inside to LaGuardia. Out to Watkins. Takes the pick from Levy. Now gives it over to Ford. Right wing. Crossover move. Reese all over him. Ford, high floater. A little short. Ball's batted around. It's going to be Levy on it. Looks like he may have taken some contact. Reese comes out of the scrum with it. Now it's Ford who steals that one from Reese. Watkins tip. No good. Ball batted out. And it's LaGuardia. What a series of events here. Brower loses it. He thinks he may got some contact. And now Reese will come the other way. Back, nice little crossover behind the back move. Looking for options. Fair is the option. Swings it around to Bajrami. Corner three. He knocks it down. Adnan Bajrami extending the lead back to 11 with a big shot for the Bearcats. So it's going to be a timeout for the Bloodhounds as Coach Highland wants to talk things over with his team as they now trail by 11 off of that Bajrami 3. Baruch 61, Bloodhounds 50. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So 8:52 remain. Bloodhounds will inbound right here in front of the table. It'll be Bajrami, Fair, Graziano, Purisic, and Boateng for the Bearcats. Ford, Levy, Brower, Watkins, and LaGuardia for the Bloodhounds. And now it's LaGuardia in the corner, dribbles back up. It'll be Levy up top. Watkins gets the handoff, kicks it out, left wing three from LaGuardia. Shot a little flat, no good, off front rim. Bajrami comes away with the rebound, and Fair will walk it up. Graziano, bounce pass inside to Bajrami, looking for options. Up top to Graziano, he'll pull a three, off front rim, a little short, no good. Levy comes away with the rebound, and Ford brings it into the front court. Ball knocked away from Ford. And the foul is going to be on Fair. Not much there, and it's going to go against the Bearcats as and Rivera just checking back into the game for Watkins will inbound right in front of his own bench. Jones also in the game. Over to Ford, left wing. He'll drive baseline, bounce pass out to LaGuardia. Almost, Graziano might have got a hand in there, but now Rivera drives off back rim, no good. Now up to Purisic, trying to find Bajrami up the court.
And again, Bearcats struggling in transition there, trying to rush their looks, and didn't necessarily let that one develop.
That pass was just silly. I mean, There was no way that was ever getting through. It's going to be a flop against 25 now, so that one-shot technical will come into play.
Again, recently instituted rule in the NCAA. Jack Reese took the warning earlier on the three ball he converted. Now they're going to call Ben Boateng here, so Levy will go to the line for
knocks down the first. So it's a one-shot technical. And it'll still be Bloodhound basketball underneath with a fresh 30-second shot clock. Baruch lead by 10.
Got a valuable CUNYAC win on the line here for both sides. Looking to get there.
Levy gets the inbound, hands it off to Ford.
And
they're going to say and one. I think the push is going to be off the ball, so I think Levy's going to take the free throw even though Ford made the bucket.
And Coach Alisi not happy with that one, almost questioning the continuation there.
I think the refs are trying to convene to get this right as well. It looked like it was a long continuation. They're going to count it. Oh, so it's going to be blue ball. Wow. So Graziano comes to the bench as Richards checks back in. I'm very confused. Oh, so it's going to be a 1-and-1 here. So it's going to bring Levy to the line for a 1-and-1. As that was the 7th team foul for the Bearcats. So interesting play. The shot will count. It's going to be an 8-point game. And now they're able to knock it back to 7. And he'll have a chance to cut it to 6 here. Very rare you see that.
Yeah. Pretty crazy few possessions here the past 5 minutes or so in the second half.
And that's a 4-point possession there for the Bloodhounds. 61-55, Baruch lead. And Fair will bring it up for the Bearcats. Ford on him, picks him up at the symbol. Gets it across half court. Now Fair's going to go straight to the basket. Can't finish. Villar, ball's batted around, and it's going to come Rivera away with it. Now Ford into the front court for the Bloodhounds. Levy thinks about the shots, that gives it off to Jones. Now ball swung around. Ford, handoff to Rivera. Rivera into the lane. Shot no good. They're going to call a foul there on number 21, Emil Purisic. And they're going to call it on number 33, Villar, and that'll send Rivera to the line to shoot 2.
And Dave, you see John Jay kind of switch up their approach. Rather than looking for some of those 3 balls perhaps, they're just driving and drawing fouls out the Bearcats, and it's been working because they've been converting from the line.
But Rivera, just as you say that, Rivera off on the first. Donnellan back into the game as Fair will come to the bench. And Purisic gets the rebound. So 0 for 2 was Rivera.
We haven't seen Donnellan on the floor in a while. So he'll dish it out to Villar. Top of the key, looking for a cutting man. He'll give it back out to Donnellan beyond the perimeter. Takes it himself, and he's going to be fouled. Donnellan really yet to get going in this one offensively. He came out in his first few games of his freshman campaign. Scored a lot of points, so going to be interesting to see if in these last 6 minutes or so he can string together some offense for the Bearcats.
So a freshman guard at the line to shoot 2 here. Then he rattles home the first.
Big fan of his from the Chattery Stripe, too, and I almost think he definitely takes a good amount of time to collect himself, and so much so that you can see him definitely drawing a few lane violations because guys anticipating that rebound on the second shot.
And he does this, I've noticed, he does this like triple bounce thing. Watch, he rolls onto the front of his toes here.
Yep. Can almost catch one of the John Jay defenders cheating a little bit.
And he rattles them both home, so back to 8. 6:50 remaining here in the game. It's LaGuardia now to Brower on the right wing.
LaGuardia goes baseline and he throws it down.
Nice play there by Kyle LaGuardia, and that'll get the bench up. Now Donnellan will walk it across the timeline. Bounce pass to Villar. Handoff to Richards into the paint. Looking for options. Bounce pass trying to get to Villar. LaGuardia comes away with the steal. Now to Ford. His shot was blocked from behind by Donnellan. Now LaGuardia has it back. Rivera thinks about pulling. Has Purisic on him. Ford gets it back. 15 on the shot clock. Swung out to Brower. Never mind. Swung out to the front row. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
And George Smith Jr. checking back in for Baruch as Alan Villar will come out. Richards will give it to Donnellan. 6 minutes remaining here in the second half.
George Smith Jr. has it up top. Hand off to Donnellan, who replaces Smith up top. Now Bajrami in the paint. His shot, no good, but he's going to get fouled. There's going to be 2 shots there for number 11, Adnaj Bajrami. The foul's on number 15, Rivera, for the Bloodhounds.
Bajrami out of Houston, Texas. Junior transfer.
Knocks down the second, so Baruch back up 8. Ford gets into the front court. Levy, around, ball gets swung all the way around. Back to Ford, who picks it up in the left corner. Ford bounce pass to LaGuardia, looking for options. Ford and LaGuardia playing a little bit of a 2-man game. Ford pull up, high arcing 3, knocks it down and 1.
And you see, I don't see a huge difference between that and Jack Reese's attempt in the corner either. Not a ton of contact, but great job and body control there by Ford to not only knock down the 3, but to draw the foul. At least he's not happy with that one.
Yeah, that call has not been going both ways today, as it now is the second time a 3-shooter has been fouled. Rivera earlier went 1 of 3, and this time Ford makes the 4-point play, and Coach Highland wants to talk things over for John Jay as they cut into this deficit, 65-61. It's a full timeout for the Bloodhounds. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting. .5:27 remaining. It's the second game of our Baruch doubleheader here at the Arc Arena. If you missed out on the first game, we had a great game between the women's teams between John Jay and Baruch. 69-62 in a game that Baruch was trailing by 12 in the third, able to really come out and pull out a 7-point win at the end. But we still have 5.5 remaining here in a 4-point game between John Jay and the Bearcats. Donnellan will walk things up, covered by Ford. Donnellan trying to hand it off Bajrami, went off Rivera last. It's times like that where I bet John Jay wish they had some instant replay.
Yeah.
Donnellan will walk it up. Ford on him. Now Purisic at the top of the key. Finds Donnellan again, right wing. Into the lane. Purisic gets the handoff. It's going to be an offensive foul on Purisic. And you can hear John Jay's fans starting to get into it.
And that's just what John Jay wanted to happen there. Definitely credit to the Bloodhounds, too, traveling well to the Arc Arena.
And a lot of these 50-50 calls right now going in the favor of John Jay, and you can start feeling some of that momentum. Now gives it off to Rivera. Now Brower in the corner. Gives it up top. Rivera straight away. Shot no good.
There.
And it's going to be a flop on Rivera, and they finally called it the other way.
And again, that's good officiating there.
That's the first one, Steve.
That is the flop warning, so they're probably not going to go to the line.
So it'll be side out for the Bearcats on the far side. 4:43 remain.
John Jay getting a little bit overzealous there from beyond the perimeter, looking for their third of the day.
They've been having those calls, so why not try to get it that one?
That's a good approach.
Donald, a nice find into Purisic. He got stripped by Brower. Smith Jr. comes away with the loose ball. Bajrami, nice pump fake, straightaway three, off left rim, no good. Ball still loose, and it's going to come away with Romello Ford for the Bloodhounds. Crossover move into the paint. Ford almost loses his balance, able to pick it back up, and with 22 seconds on the shot clock, able to reset. Richards on Ford. Ford on the Bearcats symbol, mid-court. Here comes Brower, pass needed legs, and now Bajrami comes away with it. Uses a little bit of a bump, no call. Bajrami gets the ball back, and that's going to be a travel. Nice play there by George Smith Jr. on the offensive rebound. And Bajrami, sloppy play there. Unforced error, and now Boateng will check back into the game for George Smith.
Yeah, almost looked like he pulled up for a shot, didn't quite like his positioning, went to almost dish it out, or just wasn't the right attempt, and he's going to get called.
I wonder
there.
if he would have been okay if he didn't recatch the ball with two hands.
Yeah, almost to let it go. So
yeah, but I think if you caught that ball again with just picked up the dribble again, I think you would have been fine. But
yeah, tough.
I could have been wrong there.
Tough sequence of events.
I don't think he had an initial dribble to call it a double dribble.
Yeah.
Dangerous pass there by LaGuardia. Ford comes away with it. Now inside to Brower.
No call there.
Bajrami hits the deck. Bajrami falls over. Brower falls over Bajrami. And no call either way. They're letting them play a little bit.
And just like that, 2-point ball game here.
3.5 remain. It's Boateng up top. And you can hear sounds like almost like a John Jay home game as Boateng knocks that one down.
And that's reminiscent of Ben Boateng, who won the 2019 CUNYAC championship on a very similar shot. That's where you want him.
You hear Boateng yapping with some of the fans. It's going to be a full timeout for Coach Alisi. 3:24 remaining. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
So 3:24 remaining here in the ball game. It is going to be Bloodhound basketball underneath their own basket. 4-point game and exciting here, courtside here at the Arc Arena.
Yeah, a ton of back and forth basketball, tons of momentum shifts. As we're closing in on the 3-minute mark, it's really going to be who can secure the ball the best.
Bloodhounds looking to move to 6-4, stay undefeated in the conference, while the the Bearcats are trying to move to 7-4 and stay undefeated in the conference. Shot there by Brower, no good. LaGuardia able to come away with the rebound. John Jay right now trying to move to 9-3 if they could squeak this out. Also 2-0 in the conference.
They got to be very diligent with their possessions now as they still have a 4-point deficit.
Levy has it up top. Now finds the backdoor cutter, and Brower can't finish. Tip in, no good. Keeps fighting for his own rebound. Goes back up. I think that would have been Purisic on the block. Ball still loose. I think it hit on Boateng's knee. Now Brower back inside. Too strong. Ball still loose. They're going to call an over-the-back foul on Boateng. Wild chain of events, and the timeout has not slowed any of that down as it'll send LaGuardia to the line.
Again, some of these possessions you've seen, specifically on the John Jay offensive side, have just been crazy when you're talking about what has transpired.
I think Brower had 3 attempts, and then the ball was loose, and then he had another attempt, and then LaGuardia finally got fouled. So
talk about second chances.
Almost 5 different attempts there for the Bloodhounds.
LaGuardia good on the first.
Cutting the deficit to 3 with 2.5 remaining.
if he's able to convert on the second, which he does, Bearcats now have to be not only careful with the ball, but they got to start getting some offense going here.
So Graziano back in for Purisic. Reese also in for Donnellan, so Bloodhounds want the 5-second call. Nice play there by Graziano to get that timeout off. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Bearcats. So we'll be right back. It's a 2-point game, 2.5 remaining. You're watching Baruch Basketball YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting. So it'll be Bearcat basketball. Graziano to inbound. LaGuardia will cover the inbound. It's Ford.
See what the Bearcats draw up here. Graziano running down the baseline, able to find Boateng.
He's swarmed by Levy, though. Levy going with the full court press. Oh, Boateng threw it into no man's land. Ooh, Bajrami came away with that, and I think Baruch might have lucked out. I think he was trying to find the cutting Reese, and they just weren't on the same page there. Reese has it on the symbol. 15 on the shot clock. Now Bajrami gives it off to Richards. Into the lane. Bounce pass out. Bounce over to Graziano. Shot no good. Rebounds loose. And it's going to be LaGuardia who comes away with it. Richards chasing him back. And it'll be Ford to slow things up for the Bloodhounds. Not sure that's the shot you want there. Graziano on the offensive end. He's been cold here in the second half. Brower has it on the right wing.
Seven seconds remaining on the shot clock here as Ford drives against Richards. Ball goes straight up in the air. Corralled by Graziano, and Boateng will slow it down.
I think they're going to say Richards got a piece. And a minute and a half remaining with Boateng in the front court, right wing. And he'll give it off to Bajrami. See who's going to take these clutch shots here at the late going for the Bearcats now. Bajrami, pull up three, and he knocks it down. Extends the lead to 5. A minute and 12 remaining here in the ball game. Timeout for Coach Highland and the Bloodhounds.
And big shot there by Bajrami to convert from beyond the perimeter, create a little bit of breathing room for the Bearcats here. With a minute 10.
Just as we were asking who was going to hit it, it is Bajrami. 5-point game, 70-65 with 1:10 remaining. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. A minute and 10 remain. 5-point game after that huge three by Adnan Bajrami. And it'll be Brower to inbound on the far side.
John Jay pretty much has to convert on this possession to keep this game within reach.
Into Levy now. Levy up top. Boateng on him. Levy trying to work on Boateng. Instead, the double team comes. It's Ford up top. Thinks about the shot. Instead, it'll be Rivera. Now over to Brower. Brower ball's loose. Out to Rivera now. Rivera pull-up shot. All too soft. Off right rim, excuse me. And there's going to be a foul call there underneath. It's going to stay with the Bloodhounds underneath. Actually, it might be 2 shots here at the wall.
They're going to call the foul there on Reese. And David, too, I don't know if you noticed on the inside, you saw a mismatch between Doug Levy and Emil Purisic, where he was able to, he had the inside, and he was just signaling for the ball. John Jay unable to get it to him, but that was pretty much a open look.
Unable to find him, though, as the ball was at that point swung around the perimeter. So, and Rivera having a rough free throw shooting day off on the first. It'll be Purisic to the bench, Graziano checking into the game. Rivera knocks down the second high arcing free throw, and it's a 4-point game, 49.3 remain.
Graziano will drop back to inbound.
He struggled with that last time, as Donnellan will check into the game for Richards. And inbound there, it's going to go off Rivera last. Nice hustle play there as they were trying to find Bajrami, and now Graziano inbound in front of the Bloodhound bench. And once again, Baruch really struggling all evening getting balls inbounds.
Yeah, you almost want to see something a little bit more creative kind of drawn up from the inbound, especially down with the baseline when you have the ability to kind of run up and down. But Bearcats able to get it past the timeline with Jack Reese. Him and Ford tangled up, and they're going to call the foul on Ford. That'll send Jack Reese to the line.
Only a 1-and-1 still, though, so definitely a lot of opportunity here for the Bloodhounds.
I think one of the one of the more memorable inbound plays in arguably CUNYAC history, if not college basketball, came last year in that championship game where Coach Alisi almost ran 4 verticals.
Ran a football play.
Yeah, and that's what won the CUNYAC championship with Ben Boateng knocking down the mid-range jumper. So, Bearcats no stranger to the
what a play by Reese. He misses the free throw, gets his own rebound, and able to finish.
Exactly how he drew it up.
Hustle play by number 24, Jack Reese. Ford loses it. Richards comes away with it. They got a foul, and it's going to be a foul on Rivera as they both hit the deck with 29.2 remaining. Shot clock is off, and Baruch have a chance to send it to a 3-point possession game.
Yeah, definitely the breathing room Bearcats were looking for, as John Jay will call for another timeout. We'll be back in a few.
Saturday, January 11th.
29.2. Baruch will go to the line to extend it to 8. And it'll be Richards at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So big free throws here for Michael Richards.
Hold on.
And you really got to be pleased with Michael Richards' play here tonight. Definitely taking on an expanded role this year, which is his senior year for the Bearcats. Doing a great job creating offense and a lot of looks.
No good on the first. LaGuardia needs to push. He hands it off to Ford. Ford working against Richards. Ford right into the lane. Hand off there to LaGuardia. Shot no good, but he gets fouled. The foul there is going to be on number 14, Richards, so that'll send LaGuardia to the line to shoot 2. And it'll be Watkins and Rivera to check back into the game for the Bloodhounds. 19.2 remaining, 6-point lead here for the Bearcats. And LaGuardia off on the first, and a lot of missed free throws here for the Bloodhounds tonight. So definitely one of the factors in them not having the lead with late in the late game.
Yeah, definitely frustrating if you're the Bloodhounds. Especially you see those free throws really become more and more important down the stretch, especially when you're talking the second half, and that could usually be the difference in a tightly contested game. LaGuardia off on the second in the same light.
And Bajrami comes away with the rebound, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2 on the other end, and once again an opportunity for the Bearcats. Actually, sorry, a 1-and-1, and once again an opportunity for the Bearcats to extend this to a 3-possession game.
Forward, David check in for the Bloodhounds.
So Bajrami a chance to potentially close it out here at the Arc Arena. No good on that one, and now LaGuardia has to push. 14 seconds left on the game clock. Bloodhounds taking a little bit too much time here. Ball's loose, has to get something up. They haven't even got the shot off yet. It's going to be Ford, straightaway three. No good. Too much time has come off, and that will do it. Baruch with the clean sweep over the John Jay Bloodhounds. Both the men and the women picking up key wins, and that moves Baruch to the top of the men's CUNYAC conference standings. But what a game here. I mean, you're talking about a Baruch team that was up 15 points, only up 7 at half, and then really in a tight game here, the Bloodhounds got it down to 2 here late in the half.
Yeah, John Jay really mounted a big comeback there, made this thing really interesting. Hard-fought game on both sides. Just Bearcats just kind of had the edge there, and like you said, John Jay struggled with the free throws down the stretch, and that's really kind of what made the difference.
I think they struggled more with free throws almost throughout the game. You talk about Rivera had a bunch of free throws throughout the game. He went 1 of 3 at that line in the key three-point shot, foul shot play.
Yes.
And just all in all, just a tough time for
the Bloodhounds.
For the Bloodhounds at the line. But a clean sweep for the Bearcats and a great doubleheader win to move Baruch now to 7-4, 3-0 in the conference. That drops John Jay's men's team to 8-3 and 2-1 in the conference. And for the women, the Baruch Bearcats were able to win that one as well, 69-62. Moving the ladies to 8-2 overall, 2-1 in the conference, and the women Bloodhounds are now 5-7 and 2-1 in the conference. So a lot of stuff heating up with a lot of division games also tonight. The whole division playing. So it'll be interesting to see the standings when they come out tomorrow. But you know the men's Bearcats team will be on top of their conference come Tuesday morning. So that'll about do it for us. Once again, your final scores in the women's game: 69 for the Bearcats, 62 for the Bloodhounds, and for the men, they win 72-66. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department and the Baruch basketball teams. Once again, for Brian Flannery, I'm David Just. Have a great night, everybody.